What is happening, everybody? Welcome to a surprise live stream. I am at Alfie's football training in the absolute pissing down rain. I have just streamed the match. I didn't go to the match tonight because I didn't fancy going. Following United to, where was it, The Hague. At the end of the day, it just feels all wrong at the moment with United. I just can't even bring myself to figure out what is going on with United right now. Hello everyone coming in the comments. I was just going to do a video going over this game, but I thought I'd just chat with you boys and everyone else just to see how you feel and exactly what you thought of that. What the hell was that again? I put it in, I made my thumbnail, I made my poster, I knew I was doing this. I knew I was going to come on at the end of this game and just do a little live stream. I had it all set up and I'd already made the sort of title for it. That's what I was expecting. Now you can call it negative as much as you want now, but come on, that was absolutely atrocious. Who do we blame for that? I mean, is there anyone we can blame anymore? Seriously, who is to blame for what we just witnessed again? Exactly the same thing again. Where do we start with one? Let's just start with a team selection for one. I tweeted it out. I'm happy with the team. I was totally happy with the players that he brought onto the pitch. Not brought onto the pitch, but selected to play in this game. I was completely with it. I had no issue at all with that team selection. And then I seen how he sort of set them up. And straight away, one thing you notice, I mean, the phrase round pegs in square holes comes to mind when there's obvious round pegs to go in round holes already there. You know what I mean? And you know where I'm going with this. I'm sure you all picked up on it as well. But you've got Greenwood, a striker, a centre forward, Mason Greenwood, playing on the right hand side with Daniel James, who is a right or left-handed side player, playing down the middle. What kind of decision is that? Where is a manager's head when that decision is being made? I'm thinking, what is Ollie doing to these kids? I mean, for me, the only bright spark in the game was Williams down the left-hand side. Now, that looks like a proper left-back to me. That is a guy who looks like he's just come and took his chance and took it with both hands. That's the one good point I've got. I'm looking at our forward line there of James in the middle, Greenwood on the right. What is the point? What is the point of that, Ollie? I mean, seriously, come on. He's just absolutely brain dead. What are you actually thinking of when you've got an out-and-out right winger, left winger in James with pace? And let's be honest, he looked absolutely shite tonight because he was playing down the middle. Greenwood didn't look great because he was playing right wing. Where is the cohesion? How the hell is Greenwood supposed to know exactly what Daniel James is doing as a forward? I mean, come on, what is the point in these selections and these lineups and these formations? What is he trying to do? It's like he's just thought, oh, you know what, I'll do whatever I want. The season's a loss, so what's the point? I mean, if anyone else has got anything good to bring out of that game, then please drop it in there. Because I am lost for words in terms of where he's going with this now. I just don't know anymore. I'm losing it. Let's move back. Gomez as the other forward player, didn't have a fantastic game, did some nice things, some nice touches, but I'm looking at the stats and I'm saying we didn't have a single shot on target. Didn't have a single shot on target. I mean, that says it all. Again, no creativity, not one effort on target. I mean, you can claim that Greenwood shot in the first half that was blocked. The first time that James actually switched positions with him, went down his rightful side, and then we created our best chance of the game because James was playing where he should be playing, and Greenwood is playing where he should be playing, up front, in the middle. So it's simple, isn't it? It's simple, this game. I mean, stick players in the positions where they're supposed to be playing, don't mess around with them, and the basics will get better, and you build from there. Isn't that just in the fundamental basics of football? Play players where they're actually good and where they're actually used to playing and where they should be playing, and then everything should fall in place with a game plan. That should be it, shouldn't it? I mean, everything else, oh my God, let's move into the midfield. Mata, slow, weak, useless, didn't even know he was playing in the second half. Absolute waste of time. Says all the right things, great gen, love him, everything for his charities, the football club, says everything right. As soon as he steps foot on the pitch, he's a waste of time. He brings nothing at all. We had a chance to break in that first half, I think it was. The Mata got the ball and he was just like treading treacle. He couldn't even move. His body is just so far behind his head right now, it's embarrassing. Moving on to the other midfielders. Matic, complete and utter waste of time. I said I was streaming the match on my phone, on my mobile phone, for God's sake, in the pissing down rain at my lads' football training. I just come to the car now just to go over everything, but there was a moment there when I lost the stream and United were in the corner. Literally 2 seconds later, it came back. The stream came back on, and De Gea had the ball. I'm like, I give up. I seen Williams charging down the left-hand side, took on about 3 players, and then all of a sudden, he passes it to someone else, he's out of position, and we're playing at the back. We're literally playing with the ball at the back. What's the point in him running forward? What is the point in him actually making an effort and going forward and trying something different when he knows as soon as he plays it off or lays it off to the other players, and these are the first team, the so-called first team players, the established midfielders that we've got, and it goes backwards to Rojo and Lindelof. What's the point? What I mean, come on, it's just complete and utter backwards football. You've got Ollie on the sidelines screaming in hope that Rashford gets that penalty. That's all we had to cling on to in the whole second half. And then Lingard pulls off with an hamstring right at the end. Another injury. I mean, why did you even bring Greenwood off? What's the point in bringing Greenwood off? You're not going to play him on weekend against Newcastle, are you? God's sake, man. Anyway, who else is in that midfield? We all wanted Fred in. I wanted Fred in. I'm sorry, I'm starting to lose it a little bit with Fred now. It's not all his fault. I'm not saying it's completely Fred's fault, but right now it needs a certain character player to come into that United team. He's come into this team at the complete wrong time, and he's useless. He's absolutely useless. I can't even count on my hand how many times he just unchallenged kicked the ball out of play or just misplaced the pass. I mean, I do feel so for him. I do, because he's playing in a United team, which is absolutely shocking. It is dreadful. I'm not gonna hide that fact. But the fact that he's playing in this team now, he just hasn't got the character. He hasn't got the ability to carry himself or stand out in that game, because we are literally a sinking ship, and he's just jumped onto the ship and it's just going down. He's going down with it. He's lost all ability to pass the ball. He struggles to carry a ball. You can use the pitch as an excuse all you want tonight, but at the end of the day, we've trained on it before. We've all played on them pitches before. These players have played on these pitches before. Ollie had put it in the Reds before the game that there was an excuse tonight that this was a bad pitch and we weren't going to perform on it. Lo and behold, not one single shot on target or a chance, half chance created in the whole game, and tools downed pretty much, and they just went and played exactly how the manager sent them out to play. Negative, because he's already moaning and picking up stupid little things about the game and the pitch before it had even started. So, to be honest, the element of failing and being poor, or whatever you want to say, or not having a chance of winning this game, was already in the players' heads before they'd even gone on the pitch. Ole, he's just turning into Mourinho. Moan, complain, excuse, and then come out with some bewildering pre-match or post-match comments or interviews which we just cannot understand where he's coming from. I just don't understand what he's going through Ole Solskjaer's head with the team selection, the style of play, anything. Going on to the back four, I was no issue at all. I wanted to see Darlow. I thought he had an alright game. Again, coming back, not ideal pitch conditions for him to come back. I think he's going to take a few more games. Hopefully he doesn't pick up another injury now when he can get back in, because going forward he looked a threat for as much as it was. To be honest, he wasn't a lot, but he was a little bit of a threat going forward. And I don't know, defensively we looked sound enough, to be honest. They didn't really cause any issues at all. It was like they was sort of playing and us hoping that United would make a mistake. Defensively we didn't really make too many mistakes, but as soon as we passed that ball out, the defence
It's just a complete and utter breakdown of play, and it just comes straight back to us, and we're just back to where we were. And it always ends up at the back four because there's no pressure on the ball at the back four, and that's where the midfield is completely being shown up for what it is, which is absolutely piss poor. It is dreadful. There's no encouragement at all. When McTominay came, but the fact that McTominay's coming on and making this look half better than what it was, which crap, then it's a sorry state of affairs. It really is a sorry state of affairs, and I just haven't got anything else to say. I've got nothing else. One team looked like scoring, that was Alkmaar, and I'm at a loss to what to actually say anymore. We're travelling up to Newcastle this weekend, and I don't even know what team I want to play. I don't know. Everyone who comes in at the moment just gets dragged down by the rest of the crap that's playing. I'd rather just see the whole youth team play a game. Because I know that they've got no bad habits. Every single one of these first team players, the players that have come through, Van Gaal, Mourinho, even Moyes, these players that have been through this team, this club, will not go anywhere until that has passed. And it's just showing every time, and they're dragging everyone else down with them. It is so disappointing and demoralising watching United at the moment. It really is. It's like I said, I haven't got an explanation anymore for it. I don't know what to say. I don't know what the answer is right now. And for me, it doesn't really matter who plays at weekend. It doesn't. The only team that's going to look any different to what we have got now, or play any different than what we have got right now in that first team squad, is the complete change. You keep the keeper, but a complete 11 change near enough. I'd keep Bazaka, I'd keep Harry Maguire, I'd keep the goalkeeper, as Alfie just comes back into the car now. Just let him in. And I would play the complete youth team. It is the only way. Alright, mate, come get dry. Alfie just getting in live, mate. Everyone's moaning about United because it was crap again. Yeah, what's new, he says. So yeah, I would play. They're the only three players. James, I would keep. I would play Maguire and Bazaka at the back, and I would just put the complete every other position in that pitch. I would just play the youth players. There's no one else I want in that team. I think McTominay's staking a claim just by the way he's played recently, but for me, that's the only way this changes. It's the only way we're going to see any different style of football. Players who are fearless and have got no bad habits. Every single one of these players right now in this team, he's dying. He's dying with this system. He's dying under Ole, and he's dying with these players that just do not give a toss about what is going on at the football club anymore. It is clear as day that they went into that game tonight not even worried about what the result was going to be, about what the implications would be if they played bad. There's just no reprimand, there's no punishment for the players. It's just come to training, do the same again. You will play again next week. United will be embarrassed next week. Every single pundit under the sun will come out and have their say. And United in their own bubble down at Carrington, where everything seems to be rosy according to the players and Ole Solskjaer, then they're just not even going to listen or take note, because there's some serious comments coming out from a lot. I was listening to Gary Neville talking about Fred the other day, and I think I touched on it last night with Dave on the live show. Gary Neville's, and he pretty much nailed it, because he showed tonight that he didn't even know what he was doing. Where does he play? What's his role? What does he bring? Does he even know what he's doing anymore? I don't think so. I think it's just everyone is just dying on the feet right now. The form, the confidence is absolutely shocking from top to bottom. And before long, we will have destroyed the youth players. We'll have destroyed the players that are just coming in, that are showing some encouraging signs. The three I mentioned, James, Bazaka and Maguire. How long before them get swept and taken by this absolute cloud of shite that is United at the moment? It's not going to take long. There's only so many more games that we can not win or not perform in. And how many more games has Ollie got before this has to change the manager? I'm saying that literally because it's what everyone is talking about right now. He's going to come out. I don't even want to listen to his post-match interview. I don't want to hear his voice. He's just going through me at the moment. There's no encouragement in it. He just looks like he's shot. Looks like he's got no idea. He looks depressed. He looks as bad as the fans do right now. And I just don't know. I don't know what I want to hear from him anymore. There's nothing he can say that's going to encourage me. That's how I feel. I literally feel that way. I just want a statement from him, and I don't want it out of his mouth. I want it on the pitch. I want him to completely change the team. I want him to do something that no one's expecting him to do, because we all know exactly what is going to happen now. And that is, the same players are just going to play every single week. Apart from maybe Lingard now, he's pulled up with an hamstring. How you want to look at that? I know a lot of people will be looking at that and saying, oh, that's the best news that we've had. And it's sad to say, it really is. I don't want to say that, because I never want to see any player injured, but it could benefit us, it really could, because right now I'm thinking Lingard's taking a position away from Greenwood, and the fact that Greenwood came off for Lingard is embarrassing on all his part tonight. And why? Because like I said, he's not going to play him at weekend, is he, against Newcastle? He's just going to put his same old team in. Ashley Young will be back. You're going to have what? You're going to have McTominay in there. Is Pogba fit? If he's not, he's probably going to play Matic. Matic will probably come in now for where Lingard's going to play. And Newcastle are probably going to beat us if that's the team that we're playing. I've said before, I expect Newcastle to be the game that breaks our duck, that stops the rot away from home. We can actually win an away game. I thought tonight we had a chance. Another one goes by without winning. And it is so disappointing. It's just, how long has this run got to carry on? How long have the club got to sit there and just say to the fans that you've got to accept that we are throwing this season away? There's only so many games that we can take with this. It's not like it's exciting to watch. Fans would accept entertaining losses, would accept getting beat, as long as we tried and actually tried to score a goal. It doesn't look like we want to score a goal at the moment. And it doesn't look like the players know what they're doing at all. I've just had enough. So listen, let's check out a few of you guys' comments here on how you've seen it all going down. That was totally crap, Steve Buckler. Yep, I agree. Colchester beat Crystal Palace. Ollie lost to Palace. Yep, these teams, it's like he hasn't got a clue. I don't want Allegri, another defensive manager. People talking about other managers coming in now. That's where we're at. Everyone's thinking past Ollie now. It's as bad as it is. Let's see. He looks clueless when counter-attack does not work. There is no counter-attack. When's the last time you've seen United counter-attack? This counter-attack bollocks has to stop. We don't counter-attack at all. It's just shit. That's a load of bollocks. If you believe that we're a counter-attacking team, then you're just deluded, because, yeah, we've got the players that might help us do that. And when teams do attack us, we look slightly better. But if you want to call us a counter-attacking team, more feel you to me. That's my opinion. It really is. I just don't see the counter-attack in United. We're too slow. When you're playing through that midfield that we've got, there is none. We are okay with a draw. That's the worst part of Ole. Has he said that? Has he just said that that's okay? I don't know, people. Adam, Big Sam, hashtag Big Sam, and Mike Lilly, yeah. Someone just confirm, has Ole just said that we're okay with a draw? If he said that, then he's knocking me even further away, to be honest. I don't want to hear that. What happened to when he first came in, when he said he's disappointed, United this, United that, we are United? Where's all that gone? Which is okay. We're okay with a draw. What complete and utter shit. A load of bollocks. We've had a successor manager and experienced manager, the world-class manager, and now former legend manager. So what do we do next? Yeah. That's goal piece again. Yeah. No, Paul Lucas, sorry mate, not goal piece. It's exactly it, mate. I mean, who else comes in now? This is why I've not been completely Ollie out, but he has to take responsibility. He really does. He has to take responsibility for some of this. It's the people saying you have to be Ollie in or you have to be Ollie out. You don't have to be Ollie in or Ollie out, because there's not much else can be done this season. Ollie made the mistake, yes, in the summer. Ollie's made the mistake by what he said, in my eyes, and the way he just led us on, saying that everything is right, we have to process this and that. And the fact that we got a draw tonight, it wouldn't have been that bad, but for the way we've been playing every single week. It's easier to accept when we've been playing some alright football, but when we're playing absolute shit like we are doing, then these results, they're not good enough. He played a strong team tonight for me, and then he brought all the first team players on to try and what? What was the point in bringing them on? Because he did absolutely nothing when they came on. Nothing changed. We looked like we had less chance of scoring when we brought Lingard and Rashford on. It is embarrassing that we're in this state at the moment. It really is. And Ole is not helping by what he says. Well, United, I told you I don't expect nothing. No, I'm not expecting anything anymore, but I don't expect our manager to come out and say things like that. 90 mins and not one shot on target against the mighty Aged Alkmaar. Yeah, you bang on there. Ollie out, in my opinion, the same. Don't think he led us on. I think he wanted more play. I'm not having that. He wanted more players, mate. I'm just not having it anymore. People are using the Glazers and Ed Woodward as the excuse now. Ollie's come out and nailed it to the mass. He's put it there. He's nailed himself to the mat. He said that there was money to spend. I'm not having it anymore that it was all Ed Woodward's fault in this. Ollie is a part to play. Ed Woodward is a massive issue at the club, and so the Glazers, we know that. But they're not going anywhere. They're not doing anything they're not going to go anywhere in the next 3-4 years at least, unless United get relegated or something like that. I'm not having Ollie wanted more players. He came out loads of times saying he was happy with this squad. The players were getting a second chance. A second chance. He said all of this. Then he came out and said that there was money to spend if the right player was available. The right players were available. You know what I mean? Bruno Fernandes was there, the creative midfielder, which we sadly lack. You sold 2 centre forwards and didn't bring in any more, saying that you wanted to give more game time to Greenwood. This was a chance for Greenwood to shine. And then you don't play him. You don't start him in the Premier League games. What's the point? This was the summer that needed to happen. The summer that needed to. Now I think personally that we're too far back to rebuild. I think they're expecting us to accept it now, I think. That's my opinion. The club, the board, Ole, they're expecting United fans to follow suit with their master plan, which is to drop into the bottom half of the table and rebuild. I keep saying it. How can we rebuild from being so far behind? Where are we expected to go? The club is bleeding money right now. Don't listen to this crap that we're actually making money anymore. Yeah, the deals will come in, but the fact that they're not spending the money says it all. Who is going to want to come to United? We're signing players' contracts that have done nothing and don't deserve the contracts. We're basically just keeping on to what we've got because the Glazers don't want to spend any more money. It's as simple as that. Ollie is as big a problem as the Glazers in terms of what happened in the summer, in my opinion. You can disagree all you want. You really can. I don't care anymore. Ollie has picked this squad. It's his squad. He is the manager. Yeah, he may have asked for certain players. He shouldn't be asking. He should be demanding these players come into the club. It shouldn't be any issue at all. It shouldn't be, oh, we missed out on this. We're trying our best. It's hard in the market. Absolute crap. If you had aspirations as a football club and as a manager, you'd be doing things like what City did, what Liverpool did when they needed to change players. When players were obviously not good enough, and Ollie said that himself last season, and Ollie isn't the best coach in the world and cannot make these players any better. They need to be out of the club and a replacement needs to come in. We had all of last season, 6 months of Ollie, and planning to get the players in line that we wanted to come in. And what did we do? No. We dilly-dallied. We didn't get the director of football. Ed Woodward's come out trying to claim that the 3 players that are in the club at the moment that are all performing in terms of James, Bazaka and Maguire were all down to him, and the new structure for transfers, claiming that we don't need a director of football. Bollocks, 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 bollocks. It's all crap, and he's just leading fans on the merry road, and it's just going down, down and down. It's not getting any better. It won't get any better this season, will it? Let's be honest. What can we change right now? The only hope I've got is the fact that we might see a few younger players, some of the youth players come in and maybe stake a claim and get some experience and just give us something to cheer. Because we ain't got goals to cheer anymore, have we? We can't score more than 1 goal in a game. It's now getting to less than a goal a game. Yeah, what's that, Brendan? Jesus Christ, you don't have to go on a rant, do you? Yeah, I mean, why not? Are you happy with that, mate? I mean, I know you're laughing at that. I know it's only in jest, mate, but to be honest, I'm just fed up with it now. It's just not getting any better. It's not looking like it is going to get any better anytime soon. Adam, mate, I'm worried we might get relegated, seriously. Yeah, it's a fair point. I said it last night with Dave on the live show, that word relegation keeps coming in and in more and more now. And you know what, you can't ignore it. If we're saying we're going to be fighting for top 4, we're closer to the bottom 3 than we are the top 4, so where do we go? I think someone commented on my tweet earlier on today. I was moaning about the kickoff times of the Europa League because they just get in the way. And someone said there was an Ollie in and I got to get used to it. I said if Ollie is in, then I don't need to get used to it because we're not going to make the top 6 next season and be in the Europa League. Here's one good point, I suppose. But Danny 906, Jose didn't get any transfers he wanted towards the end, so not getting the players isn't on Ollie, bro. No, mate, I'm not having it anymore. Not having it. It's down to all of them collectively. This excuse that everyone keeps using, it's Ed Woodward's fault that Ollie didn't get his players. I'm not completely having it. Yeah, Woodward is part of the problem, but so is Ollie. I'm not letting him get away scot-free. How much more of this do we have to take? When a player isn't good enough, he goes, you put in place a replacement and change it. Ollie's seen how poor this squad was last season because a lot of it is exactly the same. He's seen how poor he was, which is why I was completely Ollie in, because I thought he was going to change it all around in the summer, and he just didn't do enough for me. He did not do enough, and that's where I'm at with that at the moment. It's not just Ollie, no, it is a combination of them all. I'm not letting Ollie get away with that at all. I'm just not having it. But yeah, people, that's pretty much my little mini rant for tonight. Yeah, it's abysmal. The weather here is shocking. The football's shocking. And where do we go from here? Newcastle at weekend? I don't know. I don't know what my aspirations or hopes are for that game. What do you think? Have we got any hope? I mean, Newcastle have had all week to prepare for this now. Chomping at the bit, and they're, like I said, they're a club just in as much turmoil as us behind the scenes and with everything going on. So I know it's a tough one to call, to be honest. I think it's going to be a close game at weekend. Because obviously United are struggling to score, Newcastle are struggling to score. It is coming down. It's going to be one of them. It's got to draw it all over it, really, hasn't it, when you think about it? But it is. People are posting, how long will the fans put up with this? Tom Charlton, I mean, that's it. That is the question now. It's getting to a point where you have to start thinking, where are the what are the fans thinking? I mean, you can see me going on about it all the time, and people say I'm hating, but I'm not the only one now. Fans are changing their mind about how this whole the club is going. So what was that? Someone just posted there. Cuba Rose. Ollie said it was a good performance. Yeah, there you go. Enough for me. Arsenal 2 up in 5 minutes. Young striker scores. Yeah, that's the difference, isn't it? That is the difference. At least Arsenal, as crap as they are, which they are, they do look like they can actually score a goal, and there is some slight entertainment in what they do. Don't matter what competition or what team United play at the moment, it's the same every single game. It's just boring, and there is no other word to describe United at the moment. They're just boring and uninspiring to watch, and that's every single game. Is there going to be one game that changes it all around? I just can't see it. Ollie Solskjaer saying that was a good performance tonight just disheartens me more than anything. It really does. It is shocking that he's come out with that. Anyway, right, that's me done and dusted this one. I will be back at weekend with a preview going into the Newcastle game. I keep saying it that Paul is coming on. I bet you can't wait to see what Paul's got to say, because believe me, he has lost his shit at the moment. I'm telling you now, Paul is just not happy one bit. And hopefully he gets a chance to come on with me on Saturday before I head up to Newcastle on Sunday. I'm gonna go home. I'm starving. I want to get a shower. I'm drenched. And United have not inspired me one bit. Enjoy the rest of your evening, people. Thanks for everyone coming on. I know I didn't script this live stream, but
I just wanted to see what everyone else's reaction was to what I thought, and yeah, a few of you didn't agree with what I said, but that's what I do this for. I want to see what you guys think as well, because I surely cannot be the only one feeling this depressed right now. I really can't. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and thanks for everyone who's commented. Hope you have a good rest of the evening. Well, it can't get any worse because United are not playing now, so you don't have to be depressed anymore. Cheers, guys. I will see you at weekend. There's a lot coming up on the channel, obviously, with all the games coming up. Hopefully the football gives us something to cheer about. How are we going to break this away duck at weekend? Like the video, share, subscribe to the channel if you're watching for the first time, and I will catch you at weekend. See you later, people. Bye bye.